good morning, and welcome to Farm Life, your regular family enrichment program meant to make us a better version of ourselves and to have thriving relationships, families, and to also be able to connect better. My name is Michael Mensah, and as always, we have another very special topic with you at home listening or wherever you are, and with us here in the studio. Can you guess what the topic is in any way? Even if I give you a clue. 109876543210. Okay, so I've been giving you a clue. You can send your WhatsApp messages and Telegram messages as well via 0549986996. Again, 0549986996. When we introduce a topic, then you can keep it coming easy and fast. This is I've added a new strand, so you can even add your disagreements because we are all learners and work in progress. Alright, so today we are discussing the me in relationships from the woman's perspective. A few weeks ago, we had the men's perspective about the me in relationships, and today we are going to look at it from the female or feminine or women's perspective. Because women are special, don't you think so? I think so. Every man came from a woman. Not lie. Alright, so that's what we're going to discuss. And I have three lovely ladies here with me to do the discussion. I have to my left Lady Justina Owejire, who is a counseling psychologist with the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission Hospital. And she's smiling nicely. And then next to her we have Mrs. Anna Siama, who is married for 4 years and 2 months. She's being exact. And should I tell you something? I think I have the privilege she's the daughter of, am I permitted to say it?
You are.
Okay, so I have a permission. She's the daughter of Mama Dora, Mrs. Dora Okwenote, who is a frequent person here. She's as a banker and she's a multilingual person. Saba?
Oui, merci.
Hey, good. And then on the blog also is Pastor Hagar Hasford, who is a hard follower of Jesus, a minister of the gospel, and a certified marriage coach. So today you are in for a lovely ride. Applaudisse. Once you are here, yes, I've been inspired. My French will flow. All right, so welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So where do I start from? Let me start from Pastor Hagar. And I was asking her that what comes to mind, Hagar, when you hear of me in relationships, maybe from the broad perspective, then you can come to as a lady. How does it feel like? How does it sound like? And what should be a person's general outlook when it has to do with the me, the self, the individual in that relationship?
Thank you very much, and apologies for the croaky voice. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Thank you very much. That's okay.
So, I think that relationships are about two people, and always me before we. I think sometimes when we think of self, it feels like selfishness or self-centeredness, but it doesn't have to be. It is a healthy me that can attract a healthy relationship. You come into a relationship with everything, your journey, your scars, your emotions, your level of maturity. Relationship is about contributing, and so me is about ensuring that I am whole. I sometimes say that we refer to our partners as my better half. It means that you are the worst one. It's not supposed to be. Two better people are supposed to come together. Two whole people come together. Two healthy people come together. Two emotionally intelligent, mature people come together to make a good relationship. So, me is about your individualism or individuality and our coupling, getting the balance right, being a the right me. We go out looking for a good spouse, a good partner. You see a good fit, but we don't focus on me being a good partner, a good spouse, me being the right fit. If we both focus on me being the right fit, we come together and we have a winning team. So that's what I think about when we say me.
Awesome. I applaud this here. Say to you, my friends, because of Anna, my friends now better. That's what my children say when something happens at home and they're excited. They say, applaud this here. Yes. And now let me come to you. So I'm going from right to left. And good morning once again. Thanks for making time to come.
Thank you too.
And if I didn't say to Sabwega, thank you very much for making time to come. Yes.
Thank you too.
Yes. So let me hear your opening comments too on this topic as Hagar set us off. If you hear the word me in relationships, what does it trigger in you?
This is a tricky one because there's a thin line between loving yourself and then also being selfish and prioritizing your needs. I think that me in relationships is very important. It involves being true to yourself, knowing that you are a vulnerable person as a human being, and also prioritizing yourself and loving yourself so that you can pour more into others or into your partner as well. So yeah, that's basically it. That's basically what in the past, I'll compare the past and the now, where, because we are dealing with the topic of women, where women were required to give their all in the home and take care of their children, make sure that their home is a perfect one and make it a perfect space for her spouse and her children. But now gradually people are coming to the realization that when women also have their me time or prioritize themselves and love themselves more, they're able to pour more and do better in their home than being burnt out all the time. Okay. So yeah.
Awesome. Applaud you on that one today. More applaud you. And I come to you. I like the smile. Yes, Tina lady. Yes. So what's also your opening comments on the same perspective? Because I want to drill down, but I intend to make you ladies drill down for me.
So the me in the relationship from a woman's perspective, then I believe it's all about maintaining your own individuality in addition to balancing that of the other spouse or other partner you are in the relationship with, which also means that you have a voice when it comes to the dynamics of the relationship.
You have a voice when it comes to the dynamics of the relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now we are going to now begin the journey of going inside. So now, I think Anna set us off and said that previously, in the old school, in the not too distant past, the woman was mainly made for home, and the man was made for work, and so there was a clear distinction. Now, is that distinction blurred? Is that distinction real? Or now we are moving to a space where it's a two-income situation where both partners are working, and so the dynamics are a bit distorted. Let me start from you. And if that's the case, what must the first line of thought or realignment be in the man generally, and then particularly in the woman? Savuhiga.
The dynamics have changed, but the values have not changed.
Okay. How so?
And so, I don't know about old school. I think that these were caste roles and stereotypes that we built for ourselves. But if you look at the God's intention or plan for marriage, the woman has a role and the man has a role. And circumstances and situations have necessitated that for most homes, one income doesn't cut it. And so we put our strength and energies together to meet the financial goals of the family, not at the detriment of the values of the home or proper upbringing of our children. And so if we are putting our energies together to meet the financial goals in the home, we must put our energies together to meet the emotional, the psychological, the spiritual. All these are goals that we must achieve to be a healthy family. And we must put all that together. It's not about keeping ourselves in stereotype roles. Put ourselves together so that the needs of the home can be met and the family can grow in a healthy way. We all can be out there and leave third parties to raise our children and hope that we will have the children, the wonderful children we dream of, if we don't take the pragmatic steps. And it can look any way, depending on the couple's dynamic. I know a couple who relocated to another jurisdiction, and the woman could work with her certificate because she was a doctor, but the man couldn't because it means he had to take like a less paying job. And then look at the dynamic, and the man became a stay-at-home dad, and the woman went out to work because her certificate could earn I almost said company. It is a company, isn't it? The home,
yes, it is.
the finances that they needed. But if his ego was what came to play, I am the man and I have to go, you're going to go out there, go and bring in pittance. Your wife, who could gain more, has to stay at home because she is the woman. I think that we just need to reorient our minds and look at what is the objective, the role. What exactly are we supposed to do? We came together to raise a godly seed. We came together for a certain purpose. How will we achieve that purpose? And whichever way that looks like between you and I, we do it together.
I want to come back onto you for this, because what you just said is a very heavy one. It's an elephant in the room. Now let's draw it into the Ghanaian setting. Our culture makes it succinctly clear that the man is a provider. Like it or not, take it or leave it. And so, in settings where, not that the men are not doing enough in terms of not working, but they're not doing enough in terms of not earning enough. And so the woman is on the other hand, maybe earning similar or far more. Why is it the case? And I want to hear from you, the women, and I'll start from you again. So this is a follow-up to what I've asked, and I'll come to Anna, and I'll go to Justina.
Okay.
Why is it the case that because of the cultural stereotype, if that is the word I can use, the woman still feels the man must be it? He must provide adequately, even in some cases where the women earn enough to support, they think it's still the man's responsibility. Remember, Sale said here some time ago that there was this couple, and it's a true story. They had rented an apartment. There was a woman who worked for the rental, and every year the rent is due. She would mount pressure on how the landlord is taking the money and demands the money, and the man will struggle. She will hear him calling friends, trying to put in place a system just to cover the rent. And she was in a good job though, only for the man to find out like 3 years down the line that the woman owned the house.
That's infidelity.
And this is a true story. This is not a fabrication of anyone's opinion.
Wicked.
You get me? So what makes women not want to think the way you are thinking? And are you the pragmatic thinker, or is that now becoming the norm, where women understand that there's what you call a situational or circumstantial or pragmatic or contemporary role dynamics, which is different from the cultural or orthodox or conventional rules? Yeah, I'm using the word this morning. But this morning I haven't drunk any tea. What do you think, my sister?
I don't know if that is the general thinking. I think that we are living a double standards thing here, where a part of us want to do the contemporary, we are equal, partnering, leading from my side kind of thinking, but we still want to maintain the traditional stereotypes when it comes to provision or household chores on the other side, for if you like. I think that we should just be sincere and stop this double standards thing, right? I mean, when it comes to money, there's always the earning power and the power dynamics thing that we have to do. But I always say that it is not, the Bible said it is not good for a man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable. And I always say helper suitable. If a man cannot earn more, shouldn't the Lord give him a woman who can earn more? That is a helper suitable. If a man is not, forgive the choice of word, smart enough.
But there are men who are not smart enough.
Yeah. Shouldn't he have a smart enough wife to balance? A helper suitable means that anything that is lacking, I am putting it in the other one so that your home can have it full.
Okay.
So why then does that become the place for our competition and our fights? Being a leader of the team doesn't mean that you are the one to do all the work, or you must be the best brain.
Do you share that same idea with me? But that's my thinking, that if a man is the choleric kind, he's going to be a doer. His ego is so big that he'll not take any help from the wife, even if he needs it.
It's to his head, huh?
That's how bad it is. You fly with one engine instead of two. But generally speaking, the Greeks have about 12 kinds of males. Not every man is alpha male. There's Sigma, there's whatever you have extra. So I'm coming to you, Anna, now. Why is it that, following up from what he has said, people find it difficult, women, to adapt to this reality? Because to be honest, I know more than 3 cases of wives who have been married for 15 plus years, divorcing their husbands, and these husbands are very supportive in terms of keeping home, taking the children to school, bathing them, doing everything, but the women felt that the men are not bringing enough money home, so they divorced them. What do you think is the issue? Is it bringing? Is it a societal pressure? Is it the kind of environment people find themselves in, maybe in the work environment, the kind of peers they keep, friends who tell them, no, your husband must be an alpha male, so if he's not, then he's not good enough. I just thinking of the word yesterday, good for nothing. Came to me last night. Good for nothing means that he's not good for anything. I was breaking that word down. Anna, please take it away. What do you think?
There's a lot of pressure out there today, in our world today. And I would say that one of the things that's bringing about this situation is comparison.
Okay.
A lot of women tend to talk a lot and discuss our marriage situations or our husbands. So you find that when you hear another person talking about things that her husband is doing for her, or you even see that she's living a good life because her husband is doing a lot of things for her, you tend to feel like your husband isn't doing enough. But I would advise that looking into your pots, you'd always find one good thing that your husband does and does very well, without looking outside and feeling bitter about what he's not doing.
Okay.
Men go through a lot psychologically, because already when they come and take a woman from their parents' home, there's a lot of pressure on them to take care of the home and to take care of the woman. So these situations do not help the marriage or do not create a healthy home for both of you, because you find that when you are comparing yourself to another person, then you are demanding more from your husband when you shouldn't be. He's probably doing the best he can for you, but because you are not looking into what it is that you have and you are comparing to another person, you are finding that it's not enough from him.
Okay.
So I'll say that societal pressure, comparing, and not concentrating on what you have to rather help build it up is the cause of all of this.
So if I go to Justin, let me ask a follow-up question. So here's the thing. back in the days, it was like men were looking for a wardrobe. So he wants a cook, he wants a cleaner, and then he wants an incubator. So once he gets that, it's cool. Is it a narrative now? Women too now want a sperm donor because financially they are stable. They can take care of themselves and their children. So once they get a good man who they think will give them good seed, they are okay. Could that also be, I'm asking that to top up what you've said so far, would that also be part of the reason why? Because a woman does not want bread. She's not so much, some of them are not so much, on the intimacy profile, not every woman is very sex oriented. We have low sex drive, medium sex drive, and high sex drive. So for a low or medium sex drive woman who is driven, her focus is to make it to the peak of her career, and so the man is not so much now an object. He's just a donor.
Yeah.
How can we reorient the career woman to think differently? And I come for you to take me into the nuances of the nuances of personality traits and all that sort. Yes. So Hannah, what do you think?
I think it's gradually becoming a thing, like you said. A lot of women are vying for topmost positions, which isn't a bad thing at all. There are a lot of hardworking women that are making it in life and feel like they do not need a man to get to where they are because they're already making all the money that they have. They're already buying the houses and having the flashy cars and all that. They only need one child and they are fine.
Yes.
But as a Christian and coming from a godly family, the examples that we have around us or I have around me will not allow me to think in that way, because even the Bible says that you, the woman, are a support to the man. You are someone who is supposed to help the man. And as a helper, I don't think that you would want to sit back and watch the person that's providing from your home go through so much that he's always overburdened or thinking too much about what the next step should be. Your role in a family or in a home should be one that's also easing the burden of the man, be it emotionally, financially, in whatever way that you can, because your role is to help the man and to help him also be a better person in society. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll get to Justina, and I want to ask one more question. Is it the case that since both of them, but this one I want all of you to answer. It will be a yes, no before I go to Justina. Is it the case that most women desire to marry, even though they are not marriage material now? So I know it's not a straightforward yes or no, but you give me your initial comment. Then I'll get to and then I'll go to Justina to draw deep on the other aspects. Yes, and then we'll come back. Yes, what do you think?
Oh yes, I think it's fed by different things, and some not all positive, but I think that yes.
Right. Yeah, Hannah, how about you?
I also strongly believe that all women desire to get married.
Okay, all women desire. Yes. Okay, Justina, how about you? What do you think?
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that? Why so?
From the beginning of generation, not everybody is meant to be married.
Okay. So
For godly,
not everybody wanting to be married. Not everybody
it's meant.
is meant to be married, and everybody desiring to be married are two different things.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But the desire comes from socialization.
Okay.
And that is why marriages are struggling now.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I want to marry because it's a social norm.
Okay.
That is why we tag the age. I'm growing, all my mates are marrying. But if I have come to understand that even though I look like I have all it takes to marry, yet for the purpose of my creator, I am not, or I have a different assignment. Like I always say, marriage is a call, it's a ministry. So if you don't get it and you force yourself in, you mess other people out. That is where we bring guests and we create problems for them because of marriage. So people living there somewhere, then we go in for them. And because of our own issues and the fact that we were not meant to be where we are forced ourselves, then it comes back to the permissible will of God and the will of God.
Okay.
So if you miss these things, then you get it wrong. And that is why society is suffering.
So if I'm hearing you right, are you saying that not everybody is marriage material? Those more people may desire to get married.
Yeah.
Then the next thing is that now I want us to drill down, following up from what Hagar set us on, what Anna has added, and then I want you to go down, coming from the psychology perspective. Is the personality of a person or the person type crucial in why they can be marriage material or not? So take us through the two S elements plus both the nature, which is the biology, how the person is intrinsically wired, the template, through the nurturing, and then their nuances, the experiences they've had. How does that play in the woman's mind or mindset for marriage?
Okay, thank you for that. So the various personalities are there for the good.
Okay.
However, we miss these things when we don't understand them or when we don't utilize the better aspect, so that we have the positive of every personality and negative of every personality. When we understand it that way, then we know that I'm going in for this person. Like if you have a choleric, what somebody will use 1,000 years to say, he says them in a minute. I have a friend that I keep telling, this thing must be said in 3 years. Just bam. And you know that is how the person is. What can I use that?
Please let me cut you short. I'm going to speak in parables, like some information that has come out. When I just hear the post saying, I know that they are cholerics. Because some bedroom information that is national in nature, that should not come out. You see, but I don't, because they are so frank, they say that it is. But I thought when I was watching the video and hearing the personality speak, say, oh no, you got it wrong. This is not information. This classified information. This is not information that should come out. But straight away without any effort, I know that this person or a beer. Please carry on.
So these are the excesses.
Yes.
What we need to do is to understand these things and guide.
Okay.
And guide.
Okay.
So back to our socialization. And then another thing is also that personality evolves. It's not a static thing. Your exposure, your experiences, your purpose, your vision, your mission, all comes to play. And as you move on, you evolve. So we have a choleric who will also not say it the way it is where they are, because they know, even though this is it, but when I say it here, 1,000 people are going to suffer. So let me say it here or at this time.
So
but the person is still a choleric.
So in that case, you are talking about somebody who is willing to learn to be a better version of himself.
Exactly.
To deal with his good areas.
Exactly.
Because the frankness, though it's positive, also has a huge negative trace. So then if he learns that, or she learns, because we're talking about the ladies, that my being strong, being dynamic, waking up at dawn and then coming home late in the night, and so my family is suffering. You know, once I was giving a presentation somewhere, I'm still on you, I'm just chipping in, and then I was discussing personality traits using the temperament model. So you know, the creation theorists, they actually use the word person types, limiting it to your templates, separating it from the personality dynamics, which is more and can evolve easier.
Exactly.
But the psychodynamics look at it from the personality perspective. So I was talking, I said, so like a choleric wife, and then like the person is a choleric wife. I just started from the beginning. I didn't got into Q&A. And then I said, and then so you can't bat your children, you'd hire mates, and they can't do it, you fire them. Then this woman just raised her hand and says, in fact, she didn't really raise her hand, she said, but I can't stand them. And I said, why can't you stand? Apparently she has 2 sons, I think 7 and 5 or so. And
Possibly boisterous in the
and she
bathroom.
can't stand batting them.
Oh.
So I told her, if you lose, no, I think they're much younger. And then guess what? The man sitting next to her says that, God is wonderful, because he came from Southern Africa, one of the countries in Southern Africa. That God has brought us all the way from Southern Africa, from that country, to come and tell my wife because I've been telling her this for the past 9 years. It's either her way or no way. She will not bath the children. She will not keep home. If you raise an issue, she's upset, and you have the Cold War till she's school. So I want you to drill down on that, because it's such a big thing. Since we are focusing on the ladies, when men do it and get away, which is not right, but because, like I'm saying, in society you think that the man should be the alpha male. So if he doesn't even respond, he's not courteous, he's deliberate on something, and he's a workaholic, it's acceptable. But when the cast turned and the woman is a workaholic, she's not home, she's not empathetic, because she's not emotional, because ladies are largely not emotional. Though they express emotion, I was telling somebody yesterday, they express emotion deeply, but they are not emotional. So they experience intense emotion like anger, like frustration. When they are celebrated, they are over the roof. That's emotional expression, but they don't have emotional compassion. Please take us away.
So talking about, we have about 12 or more temperament type. So I always say that you may be a choleric, but that's not all.
Yes.
There's other side. But it takes learning for you to do it right.
To learn.
And each temperament is good.
Yes.
There's no temperament that I said this one is a problem. No. Each of them is good. Only what we need to do is to know the other side and then learn how to. Again, we should also know that we are all not the same. So, like I mentioned, personality types or the temperament comes in 12 folds. You are all 4, just that you have the dominancy. So you can have a choleric and a sanguine at the same time, and another person be a choleric and then a melancholy. So these bring the blend. But all that you need to do is, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? So the me factor, that is where it's very important in relationship. So I'm a woman, I'm capable of doing everything. Now we can even sex ourselves. Like we don't need, we don't need a man.
Whatever is around.
And then we can go to the hospital and buy the sperm. These are there. But in all this, you said you want somebody to be with you. It means that you have to sacrifice something. What are you going to sacrifice? So you still have yourself, have your goals, have your dreams, have your hobbies. But where can you balance it? Where can you hold on for a minute? It's just like the traffic light. We are all supposed to go. But when we all choose to go at the same time because we have the right of way, what happens? We all end up getting stuck. That is in a relationship. So a time will come in the relationship, because you have chosen to be with somebody who is not the same as you. So I always give it as, we are 3 women here. But when you look at us critically, we are different, even though we are women. Let alone parent with the opposite. When you are raised from the same parent, even twins, you don't come up the same way. So you should have all these at the back of your mind, that for this reason, a time will come, I have to drop my hobby just for my other person to be able to sail. Yes, I can develop. There are times a woman, say you have your PhD as a woman, your husband have a degree or even doesn't have, and you think he has the potentials. I'm going for postdoctoral something. When the man also want to go for a further studies, at that level you can sacrifice your postdoctoral, push him to also pick up. However, fear and then past experience is eating most of us up. That is why we have personality disorders. So your cholerism, your melancholism has been disordered due to past experience.
So
due to most people are living in their relationship trying to correct what happened in their parent or someone's relationship. That is why somebody look at your marriage and is trying to let the husband be like you, forgetting that the husband isn't thinking the same level. Or I will not allow a man to treat me like my father treated, but your father is one. That man you are with is also another person. So they are all men, but you look at them and they are not the same. They are thinking from different angles. They are saying things from different perspectives.
So if I'm hearing you right, you are saying that experiences, whether felt directly,
Or
first
indirectly.
hand or indirectly through second hand or third hand information,
Yeah.
also influences why women are unwilling to sometimes sacrifice for the union.
Yeah.
Because they think that if they sacrifice and then you go and do your doctorate and come, then later you put her on no parking and take some young baby.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is that also part of? Let me come to you, Sabina. Is that also part of the issues?
Well, it is, and I think that maybe that is why we are also having the me conversation,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because then sometimes we go into a relationship hoping that is where we become complete, where we find our identity, and all that. So then this is where the no parking issue comes in.
Okay.
And like Justina rightly said, you are coming in damaged
Okay.
from past experience, traumatized,
Yes.
and you've come here hoping that somebody will compensate for the damage another person has done. So it is important that we come self-aware.
Okay.
Know the circumstances that have contributed to your personality. Your temperament is one, but your personality is contributed to by different things. Some of it is the socialization or the circumstances in which you have been in. So recognize your own emotions, recognize your own traumas, recognize what triggers you so that you come into this relationship emotionally intelligent.
Okay.
Then you will be able to know even your flaws. You understand? And then also the bit about even self-regulation is also part. A lot of people talented in other areas, they don't know how to regulate themselves emotionally in the relationship. And
Please
destroy
pause before you
things.
go on. I want to make a passionate appeal. I've realized that since people spend more hours, don't lose your thought. I want to make a passionate appeal because now I'm trying to launch into something. I want to now start doing training for organizations more and more. Pay some little money to us and let's come train your staff, because you see, people spend more hours at work than at home. If they are well supported at work to learn the core elements like we are discussing, to be a better version of themselves through emotional intelligence, through relational intelligence, through managing their person or personality types better, it will cascade home and then come back to the organization.
Yeah.
So I'm speaking loudly to, if you are a CEO, you are a HR person, think about it, reach out to some of us and we will come and offer deep support. We'll do it for a fee though. I think I've done it for free too much. So now I have to take some money I have to balance my budget to not so. And let's come support you, because you see, I've dealt with quite a number of people across board. And I realize a lot of them lack emotional intelligence. And you know, that's why for us we don't just do emotional intelligence, we do emotional intelligence and relational intelligence. The reason being that people can select what they want to do, but if you don't know why they do what they do, that's why the person type thing I'm talking about is very key. If you don't understand why you get so angry easily, and then basic emotional intelligence will tell you self-regulation. But what makes you not self-regulate starts from cognition to emotion, like CBT, to action. So once you don't understand that, for you your fuse is small because you are these temperaments and stuff. So that's why you are different from your deputy or assistant, because she may be a flake, and so naturally his oscillation is very small. He doesn't have highs and lows, he's in between. So that alone then will, being a competitive person, now will make you even hate him the more, because you think that he has it all together and you don't. So that's why organizations, I'm making a special request and appeal, because I've seen too many homes suffering because people are just rising to the top, and that's all they are doing. And you go to their homes are in a terrible situation. And when the ties flip, it's even worse. Women feel conflicted because they think they must achieve, yet they can't keep home, which is part of their basic responsibility, in my opinion. Again, please carry on. Sorry for my interruption.
It's in actual fact counterproductive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they are driven at the workplace.
Yeah.
We are focusing on targets. You are rising. The pressure is on. The home is falling apart. One day, the whole human being disintegrates.
Yeah.
So I think that it's even in organizations' interest to get the work-life love balance right, then you can get even more out of that employee. But I think that you as an individual coming into a relationship dynamic, you owe it to yourself and owe it to your partner to self-develop. And some of it is being aware, knowing where your own gaps are, and grow in those areas. Like some people have no business marrying or being in a marital relationship because of just the way you are.
Okay.
Just stay in your corporate, achieve, save the world, and that's all. Because you haven't brought yourself to the place
you're not marriage material,
where you can walk life with another individual, whether male or female.
Okay.
You understand? So you will need to come back to this place and understand that relationship or marriage is about partnership. And partnership is not a passive partnership. It is a contribution to yourselves as a couple, a contribution to the family, a contribution to society. And so I may have my money, I can achieve, I can get a donor, then what? What is my I have achieved my selfish personal goals.
Okay.
But what is my contribution to family?
Okay.
And what is my contribution to society?
So what do you think such a thing will have on the offspring that they are raising? So assuming the person has made the money, they have the child or children, and so she's divorced because it's not because of abuse. Because there are some times that divorce may be necessary because there's extreme abuse or abuse, there's dysfunction and all that kind. But in the event that it's not so, but mainly on the element of status and inflow of money, what do you think the effects will be on the children when the woman, because if the children are young, court will definitely give custody to the woman and give the man maybe visiting rights or what have you, or occasional custody access. What do you think such a thing is likely to have on the effect of the children growing up? How is there any possibility of them also being damaged?
Oh, it's not just a possibility. They are damaged.
Why so?
You see, that was the whole idea of man and wife is to provide the soil for growth of this seed who is the child. Now, this soil is compromised, one, by even our reason of coming together. It was selfish.
Yes.
I came to take and to use and to discard. And so that is the dynamic and these children, let's not be fooled by their age, very perceptive, even from infants. They can pick the vibes of the home, they can pick the soul of the family and the whole atmosphere, and it goes into their subconscious. She can explain it better. So they are fighting what they don't even know why they are fighting. The thing is there, it is ingrained, and portraying this notion that the father figure is not a needed factor. It is just a tool to be used and discarded. It's gone into that child's also dynamic. And look, we are still here, but it's already beginning to play out. Women, and I say, and it's also the whole thing we have also done with the boy. Today's man does not know how to marry today's woman.
Yes, that is true, because we didn't carry him along.
We didn't carry them along.
We empowered the women and left the men.
And how is this man who is already feeling lost in his own role going to raise a son who is capable?
Yes.
We have a real challenge as a society to look at.
Awesome. On that note, I'm coming to you, Anna.
Okay.
Higa mentioned the issue of self-awareness, and I think I want to add the element of idiosyncrasies and stuff. But the question I want to ask is, there are what we call the spheres of life. Finance is one, and I think we dwelt on that quite a bit. There's social, there's recreation, there's professional or vocational development, there's connection, there's intimacy, and then there's spirituality and all. How should a woman finding herself in this space, so you can pick any of them or all of them, because we have still some more areas to cover. How would a woman finding herself in this space comport herself? Because like I say, she's a working woman, so she wants to rise so she can earn more, so that the higher you go, the cooler it becomes, both in terms of the cash and then even the structure of work. Because when you are a manager, you oversee, so you don't do the tough side of the work. So, and then that one it comes with all the perks. So she also wants to what do you call it? Maslow talks about the hierarchy, getting to self-actualization. Robbins talks about the 6 basic needs, the need for significance.
Right.
So she also wants to be significant in life. How can or should a woman, and you are a young woman, you are married, you are a mother of one, I'm sure more will come. How should a woman navigate these spheres in the marriage? You can take any one of them, or you want me to speak for you?
The answer I would like to give was, whilst my big sisters were speaking, I had a few comments to also make, which will also answer this question that you have just
Please go ahead.
asked me. I think that being honest and real and learning to communicate would go a long way to solve most of our problems as women. I'm saying that because you are coming from 2 different backgrounds, okay? You are brought up differently. You are both raised differently. And then now you meet and you are expected to make this work. Okay?
Yes.
Not knowing how each other was raised. I think that you should have a conversation that's about things that happened in your home previously, prior to getting married.
So that's your family of origin, eh?
Exactly. Compare notes. Okay, in my family, this is what happened. This is how we used to do things. That is why I am this way. Or that is why I'll react to certain things this way. Okay. In my family, we didn't used to do this. Okay, so it will be difficult for me to do this over here. Compare notes. Talk to each other.
So let me jump in and you come back. How would somebody who does not see it as negative then bring herself to have that meaningful conversation? I don't even get my question. I don't know why it has a lot to do with self-awareness, but the person thinks that the way we did it in my family is the way to
best.
go. So your own is bungalas. So I'm having a conversation with you that you must do it this way because this is acceptable way, because this is what we did in my family. Is that a reality as well? And how can that be managed?
It's actually a reality, but that will bring a lot of chaos in your home. Because whose own are you going to discard and whose own are you going to pick?
The lady is a she, because now we're talking about the woman. She feels that her own is right.
It's right.
Yes.
So being real about your struggles and being open to also learn from each other will solve a lot of these things. It would because you are coming together to make a new home or to build a new home, not so to speak copy from your background or do exactly what it is that you were doing when you were growing up. You need to also consider the other person. You need to be real. You need to be honest in your conversations, and you need to come to a compromise. I'll bring that word in because marriage too is a lot of it comes with a lot of compromise. You need to come to a compromise and understand each other.
Understanding, compromise,
and understanding. Yes.
Okay, so that's key to you to manage the dynamic.
Yes.
Okay, right. Yeah. Now let me come to you, Justina. You see, I've mentioned so many things about the spheres. Hannah started us off on effect why you need to engage. I probed her further because today I've come with a long fork about what if the other things that theirs is superior to the other. In this case, the woman feels hers is superior to the man's. And she said, no, that will not be helpful. That can lead to chaos. You need to find a way of engaging. And Haggard mentioned that self-awareness is key. And I think that is a very fair point. That because if you don't know yourself, and you mentioned earlier, if you don't know yourself, and she said it, how can the me who is not whole connect and build a good we? How badly damaged can people be? That's one. And two, how then would that affect the level of their connection in these various spheres I've mentioned? So we'll drill down and take them as we go along. Yes. So please.
So you see, adverse childhood experiences is eating a lot of people up without they knowing. So also Mami mentioned subconscious part of the brain. So the brain is divided into 3. we have the unconscious, subconscious, and the conscious. And all that is happening in your home, that unborn child, the day you notice that you are pregnant, that fetus starts taking notes. This is how far we are.
Yeah.
So this baby will take note of everything, because as the pregnancy progresses, they know sounds. They know high and low sounds. They know mommy is moody. It affects other organs of the body. And this baby is in there depending on the mother. So the baby is born. I know a girl who was very aggressive and the mother didn't know. During pregnancy, she was being bitten. So always fighting. So that's what the baby took notes in the womb.
Okay.
So she came out. You put all the kids in the room. This girl will figure out and break a glass or a window and jump out. Always right on the edge. Always. That's how bad adverse childhood effect can have on us. And we are not even aware, because at that level it's at the unconscious. But from time to time, you see things happening and it push to the subconscious, up to even the level of the consciousness, to prompt you that it's happening before. If I don't act this way, it will happen again. So the person has taken a posture and is not even aware that happened at that time. That is why I'm behaving like that. So on this program, I've said it time and every time I will say that the moment you think you want marriage, get help and know yourself first. It helps you to know what can I do when it's happening this way. Again, human beings evolve. We change over time. So if today I am smiling and I'm looking this way, it doesn't mean it's always going to be. A circumstance will happen and I will be the other way around. When it happens, do I have to walk away?
Okay.
And again, we are each other's keeper. I always say that when it comes to mental health issues, the very person suffering is not even aware.
Okay.
So it takes all of us to be together to help fight mental health issues. And all that we are talking about boils down to mental health issues. So she's my partner, and then she's my friend, and then suddenly I notice she comes to work with necklace without earrings, with a dress any color mixed with, knowing her, she will match her colors. And this is happening. No lip gloss, no nothing. I should be able to notice that she is changing.
Something happening.
Is everything okay? And though she will give me a reason, but I can read meanings. Is her reason justifiable? Then I can come in to help. This is where emotional regulation comes in.
Okay.
So you can, that is all about emotional intelligence. So once you're emotional intelligent, means you understand emotions, and it helps you to understand others. So if I'm feeling cold when everybody is feeling warm, then it's possible when I'm feeling warm, other people could also feel cold. That's the basis. So when you are relating to people, you are aware that yes, I'm speaking English, but not everybody will understand. Not because I'm not speaking clearly, but probably just the way I'm pronounced, the accent and all those things makes it difficult for others to understand. So it is in the relationship. So open communication, after you know yourself, open communication is also a key. And then willingness to learn and compromise. I said earlier, if you understand yourself and your emotional intelligence, you know when to drop your cup just for the other person to pick it. So that we all move together. And again, in the relationship, what is the purpose? What are the values? So each relationship has its own values. I have my personal values, but I join you and we create new values. And those values help us move our purpose. But if you don't have value and we are doing it anyhow, anyway, because this is how everybody is doing in their relationship, in their marriages, it won't work. What happened in your home cannot happen in your new home, because marriage is the beginning of the new family. If you understand that, then you can't carry your home. That is where you need help. Again, nobody is a master of it, and life in itself is a process of learning.
Ask me when you say somewhere, no, I won't take you on. Say nobody is a master of it. What if I think I am?
How can you
How
think?
can
Are
you
the
think?
manufacturer?
So if you understand that,
Because you see, as you are a psychologist, so you know, you also counselor, so you know, as you engage people, you see that that one.
But that
they
is
believe
the problem.
they
The
believe
beginning
that
of the
they
problem.
are, and that she's mistress of all she surveys, or he's master of all.
That's just
How do we talk to such people?
Why still when they come with the diagnosis that my partner is the problem, fix him,
Yes,
then we'll be fine.
exactly. I've had
yes,
that
then you help
yes.
them to know that
Yes.
yes, your partner is the issue, but you can effect change whilst you change.
Okay.
You, the one who want the change, can start changing, and the other person automatically change. There are things once I start doing it, you automatically also start doing in a particular way.
Okay. So if the person thinks they don't have a problem, that the problem is the other party, how do you get them to begin to think that there's a need for them also to change? Because for them, they don't need any change. They are okay, fix him or fix her. Me, I'm fixed. In fact, not that I'm fixed. I've been good all along.
Yeah.
How do
So
you
you see, as
yes,
a
how do you-
therapist, there are activities
I think
they
we'll have to go on a
engage.
break.
They engage, and it helps them to I've met this case, especially when it's the aged couple, and then one party is highly educated and the other is down. In most cases, the one highly educated thinks I know it all.
Okay.
And what I do is, this is the person you see having a problem. What role can you play to make the person better?
Okay.
So then we are all going to help the person you want to change do the change.
Okay.
So it means that we are going to play a role.
Okay.
And this is why you have to do ABC. So there are times you give assignments for individuals. Then you have the two should go and do this. There are times I said, I know you fight,
Okay.
but go and fight and come
back.
My interest is not the fighting, but after the fight, what happened?
Okay. Awesome. After the fight, what happens? It's a good note for us to take a commercial break. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being on till now. We are discussing me in relationship from the woman's perspective. And in studio is Justina Uwejiri and Siama. Because you see, I'm not used to a Siama yet. So forgive me. I'm a Siama and Higa Hartford. And we are dealing with the issue in reality, not in abstract form. Keep your comments, queries, questions, contributions, and even disagreements coming via WhatsApp or Telegram on 0549 986 996. And I can't. Okay, then let's share, let's discuss, let's all learn. But what we are establishing here is that be self-aware. Self-awareness is key. We are also saying that emotional intelligence is also a necessity. So if you are now getting connected, seek the appropriate help to know yourself. If you are connected already, realize that you are a work in progress. We said that here severally. If you are head of a home like a man, realize that you are at best a coordinator. So you draw in all the strengths to make it better. I often see that if you live on a one-man budget in a situation where the man is not able to make that much, you reduce the quality of life of the whole family significantly. So if you, the woman, can, why must you not? And if you can, is it because the man was using money as a tool for control? So you also think that it must be. We are willing to be a better version of yourself. That phrase seems simple in the air, but when the rubber meets the road, it's tough. It comes with tears, it comes with sadness, it comes with joy, it comes with toughness. And so I'm going to start from the element of vulnerability. I'm going to start from the young lady. Does marriage make a person vulnerable? And is vulnerability something to be espoused, received, or one must shun it if you want to have a meaningful relationship? After I come for you, so I will start looking at self-care. Yes. Or if you don't look at it now, please write it down. We'll look at it. Yes. So yes, Anna, what do you think? Vulnerability, is it a big issue? Can one keep herself from being vulnerable in a meaningful relationship? Or must one be vulnerable?
I've come to learn that marriage really exposes an individual.
Okay.
And today we are talking about women. So marriage really exposes you as a woman. before you get married, you think that you are all that. You are patient, you are kind, you are loving. But marriage will teach you that you are not patient, you are not kind, you are not loving. Not in a bad way, but it's because now you are not living by yourself. You are living with another person. And you are trying not to lose yourself whilst loving another person.
Okay.
You are trying to achieve your goals whilst prioritizing another person, or if you have kids, other people. You are trying to work your way up the career ladder whilst taking care of your home. It can be a very tough place to be in. So being vulnerable isn't a bad thing at all. It's rather I rather see it as an avenue for you to learn to communicate, to learn to talk to your spouse or your friend, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Learning to communicate helps a lot. It won't take anything away from you if you are seen as being needing help or being vulnerable or asking for help. If you need help, I think that it's important to tell your significant other that, oh, I'm doing so and so, I need help with this and this. Can you help me to do this and this? Rather than keeping quiet, doing it all by yourself, getting burnt out, being upset about the fact that no one is seeing that you are doing it all by yourself. It's not the best. Secondly, as women, there are struggles that we face as individuals or as women. We go through hormonal changes, we go through emotional changes. All these are things that can make us vulnerable, but it all boils down to the way we communicate it, the way we tell our significant other how we are feeling, the help that we need, so that they can also help us to get to where we are and to achieve what we want to achieve. Finding you or finding me in a relationship is a good thing. I always tell my husband that, or my husband always advises me to prioritize myself in as much as I'm trying to prioritize my family. So there are days where he would encourage me to go and hang out with my girls. It's also a way of prioritizing yourself. It helps actually, because there are things that you can talk about with your girls, have fun, laugh about, and then when you come home, you are feeling all whole and all happy and hearty because you've had that bonding time with your girls.
Let me ask you, my long mouth. So if you go and hang out with your girls and they are prying and they are asking, and then they start pushing the. I'm not saying don't go. I'm just asking that what is the content of the hanging out with the girls, because the girls will talk, the girls will ask questions, the girls will want to know the truth. So who's paying the bill? So they can't
conversation
is that what the girls should about, or must you intentionally veer off and manage it with exhaling about other things, not the aims of your mind? What do you think? What do you think is?
Well, every moment is a teaching moment. If your girls want to find out who is paying the bills and who is doing what in the home, I don't think that's a healthy conversation to have with your girls. Instead, you can spin it around and use it as a way to educate or to teach your friends, especially if you have friends who probably are not married yet, or who want to get married but are not married yet. You can use it as an avenue to teach them, not necessarily push down what it is that you do in your home down their throats, but teach them to find a fine balance and let them know that, this is life. You will not always have it a certain way. If you are not married yet, fine, you are praying for somebody that's rich, that wants to take care of a home. But life can throw something else at you, and you may have to step up and step in and be the one to provide. So I always see these things as a moment to teach or to learn from each other, not necessarily giving them the avenue to look into your marriage or to give them intimate information that goes on in your home. Yes.
So this is where certain boundaries are very crucial.
Okay.
And you don't set boundaries at certain. It should be a life part of your life, every aspect of your life.
Okay.
So in the home, in your relationship, at work, in other relationship, you must have your boundaries.
Okay.
So you know your values.
Okay.
What I don't talk about, what I talk about,
Okay.
and you don't answer any question to anybody why I don't want to talk about it, why I want to talk about
Must you
it.
be hostile when they ask you, or you must find a polite, nice way of just
telling
moving
them.
If
away?
you have your boundaries, you
Yes.
have the nice way to let them know that there's not. I mean, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
It's okay to tell somebody, "Oh, I'm not interested in this. I'm not comfortable in this topic. Can we talk about something?" There's nothing wrong,
Okay.
and it's not a sign of being rude.
Okay. All right, great. Now,
And
Hagar,
I was just going to say
yes.
that, I mean, it may be a conversation that you could have with a person. It's not a conversation to have in a group.
Okay.
So if you have a trusted person who acts like a sounding board for you, and you have struggles in these areas, because you see, if you don't deal with these things, they
You
become
face
like
them.
insecurities.
Okay.
Now when you are in a group and somebody triggers it, you may not even answer, but the way you come off, everybody just begins to see that there's a problem.
It's a
here.
Something, yeah.
or else you deflect at home.
Yes.
Maybe if you are maybe able to contain yourself there, you deflect at home, and then the husband and children are
Exactly, so-
you are good. That way is a strong phrase. So good for nothing.
It's a crazy
You
expression to
good
make
for
about
nothing, man. I regret marrying you. Somebody say, "Well, you expecting something
That's
else."
very harsh.
Yes. So now I'm going to come to you. The element. So the self-care, they will do it. I think we have a little time. Yes. I want us to look at two things combined: the differences and sacrifices. The two, and then add the element of the social. I'm giving you like 5 things all up in one: the social, the spiritual, the intimacy, and then the professional development. Can you wrap them all up in one? If not, you can take what you can, and then I'll pass the rest some on, because there's a lot more we have to deal with. So we are starting with the differences and sacrifice. Now we're looking at these 3 areas: the spiritual, the social, and the career development. And then even the 4th, add the intimacy as well. How they all can or should tie up together. Yes. Oh, it's a PhD
big one.
question.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, well, as a woman, you come into this relationship space in your God-ordained role
Okay.
as helper suitable, and I said that depends on who the man is.
Okay.
That suitable can show up in different ways, including even being the stronger of the two, in quotes, in certain areas. Now, as a woman, you are able to show up as the best version of yourself when you come into this with your voice, with your values, with your dreams, with your limits. So, a more personally developed me
Yes.
is an asset to the relationship because I can contribute more.
Okay.
So I don't come into this place to shrink.
Okay.
I come into this place to thrive,
Okay.
to flourish,
Okay.
and to grow. And whilst part of it will be my spouse's responsibility, the other part of it will be my responsibility, which is where the self-care will come in. And so the mix is about timing. It's about priorities.
Okay.
It's about value-driven goals and not ego-driven goals.
Please come again. It's about value.
It's about value-driven goals and not ego-driven goals.
Okay.
So all my classmates are getting their PhD, and I feel like I'm stuck behind.
Okay.
I should go. At this moment, what is happening in my home? What is happening with my children? Maybe my children are teens, going through a hard moment. Is this the right time?
Okay.
So whilst on the sphere of self-development, it will be a boost to my ego to get the PhD now.
Yes.
It's at what expense? What is the value to the home? What is the value to my marriage?
Okay.
What is the value to my parenting role? So I look at this, and it's a sacrifice I will have to make now, not feeling like I have been shortchanged, but understanding that in terms of value, this is what this is what is important to me, and I'm prioritizing.
Okay.
A woman can choose to take a gap in work to bring up your children, because maybe you have been blessed. All of a sudden, you have 5 children. Which third party are you going to entrust with 5 boisterous children?
Yeah.
So it's not like I have sacrificed my life. This is my life.
Okay.
And at this moment,
Okay.
what is the priority? My children well-being, growing well, is my priority. You understand? So at every point in time, something has to give for a relationship. Love has sacrifice.
Okay.
So I cannot come into this space, keep myself intact. Nothing gives. I am just pursuing my one goal to just rise.
Yes.
Then how is this? What is this that I have brought myself in?
Okay.
So I think that that is it. That life will call for sacrifices at each point in time, and our decisions must be must be driven by value and not by ego. Unfortunately, and that is the downside of sometimes our culture and our society, where you are with somebody, and like earlier on, and I was talking about compromise. Compromise is needed, and it is great in a marriage, but not when it is one person compromising.
Okay.
So it has to be both sides. When we are in this as a team, then I don't feel like, am I going to caught blindsided one day? Is this going to work to my disadvantage one day? But this is something that we are doing together, and at the end of the day, whatever I lose to gain,
Okay.
not I lose to lose.
Okay. So it should be a win-win.
Should be.
Everybody losing to gain. So this is, I qualify my compromise. I qualify it with positive compromise. Because there can be negative compromise, like what you just described. Is one way, is always one person sacrificing, bending over all the time. So and the other person thinks, oh, the marriage is excellent and it's good.
Because
I kept saying that we all must learn. I remember many years ago, and I can think I'm free to share his story. I always said that somebody who influenced me greatly was Richard Crab in this family life or counseling stuff. And so anytime he sees me, because we're on the same premise back in the day, our age. So he called me one time. He said, "Oh, Charlie Mickey, I thought I was the best husband." Till Vivian, when she gave birth, she went to pick it. So I went to pick it. I was going to pick it, and we're coming back. She said on the way, Vivian decided to open up. Said, "Me, pa," I started crying.
Yeah.
Said, she's raised in a Presbyterian home. She told her the husband is the head of the home. If you want peace, don't fight. I mean, not physical fighting, but just keep your cool.
silence is not
and he
always
has been
peace.
raised by a judge who you have to defend every reason why you do everything. So can you imagine? So when she starts talking, then you defend himself. Then she keep quiet.
God.
So he thought she understands. So when she started opening up, you did this, you do this. When I say this, you say that. So the element of sacrifice, and like we've said, we can't say it enough. Self-awareness. Please seek help. When I do the trainings or the counselings, that's what I take people to, and sometimes I ask people to let people give it to them, but now I've reformed it. But I realize sometimes the people can't send the feedback to the people because do you get me? I say give it to the people who are close to you.
Yeah.
Then when they send it to you, you send it to
they
me.
can see that you are not ready for the truth.
But I realize that the people can't take it. So now I've modified it. I give them my WhatsApp number or my email, let them send it to me. And then when they send it, I see why they can't send it to the people.
Right.
Because sometimes the person is quarrelsome, the person is vindictive. If the person is vindictive, I can tell her that she's vindictive. Then things
you
happen.
become a victim.
Exactly. So dear ones, listen to us, please. We are all work in progress. I keep saying that it's not an excuse for being and doing the wrong things. No, it's a posture to have the teachable and learnability heart. Because the moment you think that you are know all, be all, do all, you are in a bad place.
Exactly.
And very soon, if not soon or later, you dance like the king naked. To take a little boy to say the king is naked, because everybody can tell you that your nose is broken. And but one day we had a program church. Hear me? And I'm climbing up. Then Pastor Nate tells me that your tire is torn. Can you imagine? Yes. I don't know how.
People.
So I had to go home straight away.
Wow.
Yes. So if you didn't tell me, I'd be walking out like, oh, the king is naked. So if you are the kind of people can tell you things about you, whether good or bad, you are in a very bad place.
Wow.
So we said it here several that feedback is gracious. No matter how it comes, even when it comes in anger, take out the emotion and take the information. But if you think that you are smart, smarter than what? Once you are not God, you are not God. You don't know any and everything. So realize that there will come a time when others will input into your life. So that's why I'm coming to you, Justina. I want you to look at the element of positive compromise, independence versus interdependence in the marriage union, and then the key element of balance. So those three.
Okay.
And does it all wind up in the mindset change, maybe the growth against fixed mentality or what? So please tell us on.
So talking about independence and interdependence.
Yes.
If interdependence is aspect of human beings, nobody can be totally independent.
Okay.
But within the interdependence,
Yes.
you need the independence.
Okay.
That is where your personal growth, all those things come to play.
Okay.
And it helps build trust in the relationship. So you can also prepare the future with your independency, where your partner knows that even if I am not, this person can do it. But if you are solely interdependent, then it comes to a point where one person feels the stress of us. It's just like the compromisers.
Okay.
If it is one way, such as interdependence.
Okay.
But where you have each of you have your independence, you still keep your friends, you still have your job, you still, even if those who have to sacrifice their job because of their relationship, you have something that you are doing. I always tell people that we don't even work for just the money. It comes with other social and psychological
well-being.
and the balancing, the life balancing. So if your partner is saying stop work and then take care of home, that is not why you can't. You can still go to your work and still, that is when you are emotionally intelligent. You can still work and take care of your home. That is the balancing. So you have your boundaries, you know what to do. I always say that women are very good at the multitasking. So a woman is at work and still cooking.
Yeah.
So she is not there physically, but she knows that I'm going to cook rice and tomato stew, and I have rice, I have tomatoes, I need to buy this, but she's still at work. You see, and these are some of the things we don't place value on. And when it becomes one-sided, as human beings, we give up. Balancing does not mean you disrespect the other.
Okay.
It's that you know when, where, how. That is
Okay.
independency.
Okay.
So being independent doesn't mean you are arrogant like we put it in our part of the world. So people are tagged the educated woman is that. And when a woman goes higher, it's just because we are not able to manage the independency. So we even, especially in the marriage relationship, the men are looking for whether the women solely depend on them. So when it's not happening, it's not that the woman is not capable. It's not that the woman is leaving something out home. But the mere fact that she's not always on me and my ego is high, it's a challenge. That is where we talk about personality disorders and all those things. So the woman hasn't done anything, but just because a man is looking for where that she needs pants and she come, she needs salt and she come, and this woman to think I have. You see the challenge where she is compromising, where we are doing a project. And then I'm taking care of home, paying school fees, buying. I know some men don't know how their children even wear panties, and especially the girls having the pants, having the underwear, having the brazier. They don't know. Yet they go ahead to say that their wives or their spouses are not helping. Yet they don't know how these things. Girls put on earrings, and now it's not like gone are the days where your mother puts one and until it falls you don't get. Now as teenagers they know when they are going to church they have earrings, and when they are go to school different.
Okay.
Some spouses don't know how all these things come about.
Okay.
But they still say women are not helping.
Okay.
You see the interdependent, just because the dependency is reduced,
Okay.
which we can capitalize on these things and move and become better.
Okay. Okay. Okay, awesome. You know, I have this 8 descriptors that I say make there are 7 that add up to define the 8. So the first is the nature, your template, how you are wired. Then the second is the nurture, how you are raised. Then the third is the nest, the home in which you are raised. Then the fourth is the neighborhood, the environment in which you've grown up or you grew up. Then the fifth is a network, your circle of friends, peers, and influences. Then the sixth is your negotiation, the kind of work you do and how much you earn. The seventh is the nuances, the experiences that make you who you are, the things you've gone through, the things you've heard, the things you've seen. And all of them culminate in the native that you are as a male or a female. And this today we are discussing the she. So now let's look at self-care, because that is a big one. How do you manage yourself as a woman in the scheme of things? You've all spoken about how now the rules have changed, and we are in the contemporary dynamics where a woman is working career-wise, she's earning, yes, she must manage home, and there are children or a child, and then there are the other social networks, and there's the spiritual dimensions of church and whatever. How does a woman hold it all together so that she doesn't lose herself? The me. You said that at the beginning, that for the me to work well, it must be a healthy me.
Yeah.
For the we to work well, it must be a healthy me. How does a healthy me come about?
First of all, understand that you are not a production machine.
Okay.
As a woman,
Okay.
you are a being, an individual, and you also have needs.
Okay.
And the way that you can show up healthy in this relationship is when your needs are met.
Okay.
Number one, prioritize your well-being.
Okay.
You tired, undernourished, and unwell you can never show up well emotionally. You will see that you are lashing out, you are angry, your fuse is short because you are just not sleeping well, you are not feeding well. So prioritize your well-being, and that is why I love what your husband does for you. Go and hang out with
the guests.
you should reward him for
The
that.
guest.
I will.
Charlie, they say, hey, Charlie, if she says saying reward, okay, tell him that he should report to me when the reward has come.
Now recognize your need for safety.
Okay.
You have it. Address your fears openly. Sometimes we don't want to say, we don't realize that what is fueling the conflict is actually our fear. Sometimes the finances are shaky, or your fear is poverty because you were raised in an austere environment, and your greatest fear is to be in need.
Okay.
It is feeding into your conflict and feeding into everything.
Okay.
Address those fears openly.
Okay.
Let's have those conversations. He grew up in a well provided for environment, has no care for tomorrow.
Yes.
Because something is there, and things that we should live.
Yes.
And you are petrified
Yes.
by what if we lose what we have today.
Yes.
Now you see that the conflict that is going to bring. And so address your fears openly and have the conversations with your spouse. You have a need to be loved and belong. And so prioritize your couple time. Don't lose your couple time because children came, because good job came, because church responsibility came. There are some things you should just say no to to be able to have your family time. I mean, Mickey knows how he has to negotiate with me to get me here on a Saturday, because Saturday is the only day I have to do family.
And thank you for coming. I appreciate it greatly.
He's my brother.
She's the only one I can say happy birthday, and she'll say same to you. We share the same birthday.
You must draw the boundaries and guard certain spaces for the sake of your family. You can't be out there all week, out there the whole day on Sunday, and you're also out there the whole of Saturday. Which part will be the family time? And so you must also take care of your emotional intimacy needs by being there and connecting. You also have a need to be respected and appreciated and being valued for your contribution. So make sure that your contribution is also valuable so that you can be valued, and speak it up. I think that sometimes we assertiveness is seen as a negative thing. It is not negative. It is your ability to express your needs in the relationship and have them met.
Can we define the assertiveness a bit? I think that people have it distorted and treated.
Yes.
So the assertiveness here,
it's
we're
like
talking
pushy,
we are talking about expressing yourself decently, politely, and respectfully, not shouting, ranting, and throwing tantrums. That is aggression.
Yes.
So aggression is different from
being assertive.
Yes.
Everybody, wives, like I'm saying, need to learn to be assertive, but be assertive appropriately. Don't move it into a spectrum of aggression and think that the two are the same. They are wide apart.
I think accusations.
Be assertive, not aggressive.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what I'm defining is
people mix up
the two. They think that they must raise their voice.
Assertive means I'm standing my ground and I'm fighting back.
I actually thought we
that
need
is
to.
not what
and
it
then
is.
also using the I statement, not you.
You, yes.
The you sound more accusational.
Yes.
And which is where triggers self-defense and the fight.
Yes, and the fight. Yes.
So what I want to add to
has she finished? Have you finished? If you have not to add, then I'll come to you.
Okay, let me just the last one is your need for self-actualization.
Okay.
Because most women give and feel that I ended up with nothing.
Okay.
But particularly when sadly the relationship falls apart, then you feel like I give and I walked away with nothing. As one woman would say, in the follow. It's like there's nothing in my hand as I'm walking away from this relationship.
Let me take you on that quickly. You had said it earlier, but I want it to be crystallized so someone listening to us can get it. Is the self-actualization element time-based or must be environment-specific? What do I mean? Like you said, you are raising young children, and maybe there's an opportunity for you to go and do your PhD, but you know that these your 5 children. If you leave them, no third-person caregiver can do well with them. Can you say that, okay, maybe I'll do it when they are much older? Maybe it may cost us a little more as a family because this scholarship may not be available, but you can let go that scholarship and that opportunity because of the timing, and not forgo your long-term or medium-term goal of self-actualization or getting to the top of your sphere of career or influence. What do you think?
It can't be cast in stone. I think that it depends on the individual and the dynamics that you have. Somebody may have a very strong support system that this can be doable. Somebody may have a very well grounded partner that can shoulder this and allow you to do. It's not a decision that is made as an individual. We are a couple. It's a decision that we make as a couple. Maybe what does losing this opportunity also mean? Is it a once in a lifetime opportunity? What sacrifices may we also have to take?
How about this element of imposition? The woman says, I'm going, take it or leave it.
Then you are not a couple. Take it or leave it, you are not a couple.
So she's going,
You spoke about negotiation. I think that sometimes we think negotiation only belongs to the workplace. But you must learn to negotiate in your marriage.
Yes,
and there is a lot. Don't just come. What are you putting on the table? You will see a man doing everything for his wife, and you look at him and say, "Oh, I like Mr. Mensah the way he." But do you know the price the wife has paid for Mr. Mensah to be doing what he's doing? So you must also learn to negotiate, and this also comes. I think we don't do a lot with the courtship stage. We don't share our dreams. If this PhD was always a dream in the pipeline, then even in our planning,
you put it in,
and that could also that we should have 5 children or not. So how are we going to do 5 children
and
with this
PhD,
and still PhD?
PhD both ways and more.
Exactly. But it's
how about if it was not, but it has
happened.
You have evolved.
I think that you should also
maybe
adaptability is also a key part of life.
Okay.
And you must also learn to adapt your dreams to your current circumstances.
Okay.
So I did and fixed.
So if I'm hearing you're saying fluidity, there's a need for transparency, there's a need for effective discussions or communication, then it's not fixed. It depends on the elements that the couple find themselves in, the mechanisms and dynamics that prevail. Then you are talking also finally about adaptability. Maybe able to adapt.
And create a safety in your relationship.
Create a safety in your relationship.
You see, because if it's a competitive environment, then this is what it is. Take it or leave it. If you go, then you won't come back and meet me because we are competing. But if there is safety and I have negotiated, the husband happily will carry the burden. Let me sacrifice and go. What do I do to support him in the system, in the space in which I am gone?
Now, what I encourage couples to do is what I call the state of the union. Discuss the state of your union from time to time. Because you see, I tell people that people say it's the you and the union, but I say no. For me, I say it's 3. You, the me 1, me 2, and the union. So it's 3.
3 entities.
Me, I always say it's 3. It's not 2. I always tell people when I do counseling.
2. Me is doing well.
Exactly.
The relationship is not doing well.
Exactly. So it's not 2. It's 3. It's you, the man, you, the woman, and then the marriage. So check on the state of your union. Pastor Forever would say that you can't do me and expect us to work. Please add your bit. Can you imagine the time is gone? But you ladies have been amazing. Applaud you, say. Hey, if you have enjoyed it, hey, you didn't. No, today I have to bash our technical guy because you're not here to even take any message. I have to bash you. Let me bash you on air so that to go down in history. Yes, because no message. Yeah, sure.
The message is there.
Are you sure there's no message?
So what I wanted to add to was that women,
you are not here today, so I'll bash you. Let it go down in record.
Women must know that marriage.
Are you sure there are no messages? Are you sure there's no message? So there's no message since then. Okay, then I won't take message. If you say you are sure there's none, then it's not your fault. So I withdraw my bashing you, but still you should be here. So let me still bash you.
Yeah, so what I wanted to add is that women should understand that marriage doesn't take away the me factor. That is the woman you are. So you don't get married or get into a relationship and it's like you've gotten to the capping. No, it's the beginning of another life. So some women get in there and their personal care, they lose it. Their appearance. So it's like I was looking for marriage. That is why I was wearing those things. Forgetting that the man saw that and got attracted. And now that you've stopped, what do you want him to see? Again, the other me should also know that bringing this person as a partner doesn't take away that person away. Where some spouses set restrict rule, don't wear this, don't wear that. And then in Ghana we used to say, how can a married woman wear this? What if that is what the spouse wants? We have to be careful of that. You are schooling, you get married, you get pregnant, you drop. It doesn't mean it's not good for the formal training. There are other things you can add up. Mama spoke about actualization. You can actualize at any time until you die. So don't neglect that because you have a husband. That husband is evolving. That is why it gets to a point the marriage is not going well and women are struggling.
The social imbalance.
If you have a balance, it won't be difficult because when the man is even falling, you are the first person to hold. That is why you are there.
That's
But
right.
if both of you are falling, then who helps who? And then the children that are as a result of the relationship, what happens to them? So marriage doesn't take a woman to the cupping. Make your individual time. Make your individual time.
Okay.
Pay attention to your cycle of friends.
Okay.
Don't lose your friends, because of course naturally there are people in your life that you lose them just because you
Of
have
who you have
transitioned.
become.
Yeah.
They themselves will drop out.
Exactly.
It's okay,
And
but
that's
it
different.
doesn't mean cut everything off because you are now married, because you are nurturing children. It will go a long way to affect you. Don't also restrict your partner.
Okay. Don't also restrict
Work
also,
on insecurities so that these things don't come back
don't
and hit
restrict
you.
your partner. Work on insecurity so that these things don't come back and hit you.
And learn to have your own time.
Learn to have your own
Me
time. The
time.
me time.
Yeah.
You see, the me time varies from person to person.
Exactly.
Those who are more introverted need that quiet
Right,
space.
yeah.
Quiet space to be by themselves. Those who are extroverted need to hang out with some people. So their me time is not me alone. No. It's me time with others that I choose. So even understanding the dynamics of the
Yeah.
individual
Exactly.
is critical,
Yes.
because once somebody say if you want me time, you must be in the room by yourself.
Yeah.
No, you can't. It's not fixated. Everybody and how you go.
And it's
Ghana,
interesting when
yes.
the couple have
Yes.
different.
Personally,
So
yes.
I drag you to the party
Yes.
thinking that we have
Yeah,
we
we have-
have
yeah,
bonded
you have-
now. But for you, that is draining.
Exactly, exactly. Because you must be by yourself and you must get yourself back.
Exactly.
So,
And then
so I think self-awareness is key.
Key.
Partner awareness is also
Awareness
key.
is key.
So you see
And
the
respect.
difference. Respect. That's what respect, dear Charlie.
It's
I think we
the
said
foundation.
it's the foundation.
Yeah.
You know, word. For me, I'll choose respect. Even though respect is in love. The same way I tell people that they said that marriage is not made of two great lovers, but of two great forgivers.
yes.
Forgiveness is in love, but why is it separated? Because there is that person who is closer to you, who step on your toes, who will ache you, who do the things. In fact, to hand what they are to, in fact, but hand what they are, but all yes,
But if you understand these dynamics,
Yes.
it wouldn't be at a time.
exactly. You take it in faith. Hannah, your closing remarks in 30 seconds, and I'll take yours.
So
I think
I
Destina has given us.
I'd like to
yes.
add to the amazing points that my big sisters have raised, that self-care can also look in the form of caring for your spiritual health as a Christian mother. So you have your personal devotion with God,
Okay.
some 5, 10, 15 minutes in the morning that can set the tone for your morning,
Okay.
or going on a prayer walk, a short prayer walk, which is a 2-in-1 thing.
Okay.
Having personal time with God and at the same time caring for your body, giving your body the physical exercise that it needs to have, which can help you sweat a little, stay in shape, set the tone for your day. You can also do it if you have maybe you're a new mother, you have a baby. You can just put your baby in the stroller, or put your baby at your back. Take just a 30-minute walk and be praying, or have a scripture, memorize scripture that can set the tone for your day.
Okay.
Self-care can also look like eating a healthy meal, having some fruits, eating your vegetables, because as women we go through a lot physically. So you need the nutrients from these things to replenish the nutrients that you are losing on a daily basis. Self-care can also look like taking your daily supplements that can help boost your nutrients or give you appetite to eat. Okay, it can also look like having a couple time with your husband minus the kids. Drop the kids with grandma, you and your husband go to a quiet place, go watch a movie, or go to a park, read a book together. Okay, that can also be self-care. Or even hanging out with your friends, because I believe in marriage it shouldn't just be about you and your husband. You should also have friends that you hang out with and do things together that can take your mind off the hustle and bustle of life. So yeah.
Awesome. So 30 seconds. Then you do the quick shout out. I have some to do. Then we can wrap it.
Marriage is a journey,
Okay.
and as a woman, you balance your needs in this. Balancing your needs in this space is not selfish.
Okay.
It is stewardship
Okay.
of who God has made you as a woman. You must understand those needs. You must face your fears. You should be able to communicate your need in love, and also listen to the needs of your partner, and then you can make it work. Take care of me. and we would work and
Awesome.
take responsibility for taking care of me.
Awesome. Justina, your last 30 seconds.
So,
conclusion.
the me in the relationship is not being selfish, like she said, but it's about finding a balance where you are concerned about yourself and as well as the other important persons in your life, their well-being.
Okay, awesome. So that's the voice of Justina Uwejiri. The one in the middle is Anna Siama, and the one to my right is Hagar Hashford. We've been discussing me in local perspective, and it's gone down very well. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Unfortunately, we couldn't take any messages, either there was a technical glitch or whatever, but I can't believe that no message came through. So, yes, any shout outs? I have some shout outs. Who's going first? Yes, who has a shout out?
Okay,
Anybody?
shout out
Yes.
to my siblings, my parents who have contributed to the me that I am today, and I am grateful to my amazing husband.
Okay.
I don't think that I can be me without him.
So,
So thank you very much. I appreciate you. To my children, I think that they have made me an amazing mother because they are amazing. So I love you all, and yeah, God bless you.
Awesome. Big ups. Yes, Hannah.
So, thank you, Mr. Mensah, for this opportunity. This is like my first time doing this.
Might tell me your life.
So thank you very much, and thank you to my big sisters here. Even though I was on the panel, I've learned a lot from you. I know that I'll continue to be in touch with you to learn more, because I'm also a young lady coming up. Thank you to my loving husband, my friends who are all listening in. I have a whole village behind me helping me and pushing me on and encouraging me to do amazing things. My friends are listening right now, and I'm so grateful for their encouragements and their love. So thank you all. I'm grateful.
Big ups, big ups. Yeah, Justina.
I say a very restful weekend to all our listeners, especially Barbara Millsgrave, and then Rebecca Obobisada Kong, and then the PWC team at Abokobi.
Awesome.
Have a very wonderful Saturday.
Awesome.